In the bottom right-hand position, we have Liquid Jinro as the yellow Terran. He's down 0-1 against Polt in the red Terran over here in the top left-hand corner. Now, the big position that we want to talk about is the Xel'Naga Towers. Control of these Xel'Naga Towers is so important. The main reason is because it gives you access to the natural and the third base. Now, players could set up right here, yes, but the fact of the matter is they're very, very defensive, and they're contained, semi-contained. It's hard to go around this force and try to put pressure on your opponent. So if you have control of your opponent's Xel'Naga Tower, what that basically enables you to do is expand up above 3 bases. Now the problem with taking this Xel'Naga Tower too fast is that you don't want to take this and then leave your, I guess, your main very exposed, because that's a lot of minerals and gas you want to commit to that that middle ground. So you might not have enough money to actually go and secure that while defending your main. So it's a little bit of toss, excuse me, it's a little bit of give and take. That's the word.
Well, talk about giving. Polt is going to throw a wrench into things. He's going to go for proxy marauders. Now, what's interesting is that we've seen this before with Idra versus Nitro. Idra doesn't play Terran.
Not anymore.
Me?
Select versus
Alive. I was going to say Idra versus Select, and I'm like, why would I ever say that? Because I remember Select also rushed Idra, and that's what I was thinking. Most fresh memory in my mind.
A lot of people rush Idra.
But Polt, the question, there's a couple things that he can do from this. He can pressure and really get the SCV advantage. And he can get Concussive Shell, wait for 2 Marauders and really push in. Because at that point, Marines, they don't have enough health to really compete with Marauders. Yeah, Marine DPS is fantastic, but you can see Jinro's attacking from this point on, which is a...
Yeah, I do want to mention this is gas first before Barracks, so his Marine count will be even smaller. This is the best possible case for a Marauder opening.
Ooh.
What was that?
He tried to start a bunker and immediately canceled it.
It's like, why?
And Polt's not going to wait for Concussive Shell. Usually you can, and slowly do. But I guess at this point, Polt really wants to capitalize on the low Marine count.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jinro's building a reactor onto his barracks, so he doesn't have any unit other than that 1 Marine, and 1 Marauder does beat 1 Marine pretty handily.
This is correct. You don't want to switch off. Marines are much more efficient at taking out Marauders than Hellions. But this is still a bad position for Jinro to be in. These Marauders are already here, and there's a distance bunker, so he can always go back to this 1 bunker.
And Polt can just slowly push his way in here. You can see Jinro pulling all of his SCVs, except for just a couple. You can see the Marauders have Concussive Shells finished, and Polt's just going to immediately snipe some of these units, really targeting down the worker. Very good call there from Jinro. Nonetheless, the pressure is far from over. With 3 Marauders, a 4th incoming. Polt looks very scary at this point.
And now SCVs are being pulled again, but with no substance around here. He needs additional Hellions, too. Don't get me wrong. Hellions are bad but against Marauder straight up, but you still need that DPS and that HP.
And it looks like Jinro forces to cancel on that bunker. These Marauders are very soft, but great micro from Polt. Pulling back his units as Marauders get in. No way! Polt is able to really save both of his Marauders, and as a result, Jinro, the pressure is going to resume. Now, Jinro has a pretty decent amount of Marines. He can win in a straight-up fight at this point, but Polt is not intending on that. Marauders can kite Marines indefinitely with perfect micro, especially with a bunker that has 7 range.
Yeah, 7 range bunkers. We got the high sec? No.
No, 7 range on the Marauders as soon as they get
I know.
Yeah, okay.
But I was going to say, if they get high sec auto tracking.
Oh,
if only.
Look at that range. That's
no,
so cool.
They don't get extra +1 range. That was so OP, bro. Marines with the 7 range. Oh my god. Anyway, I mean, this is not looking good for Jinro, obviously. As we can see, the Marauders are still cleaning up. He's actually just going to give up this pressure. And let's look back to see if he's ready for anything else. Yes.
He's got his tech up. His command center is finished. He's up 23 to 11 workers. And yeah, I mean, this Marauders were not designed to win the game, but they have given Polt the biggest advantage you can possibly imagine.
Yeah, I mean, 10 workers killed here. 24 to 13 harvesters. Just a substantial advantage for Polt at this point. And he's going to Banshees, which is, again, going to weaken his opponent's economy.
Yeah.
I mean, spending those scans on spending those, scans.
Yeah, even if you don't necessarily lose any SCVs, the fact that you can't use mules when your opponent has 2 options for mules is what does it. Jinro GG's and doesn't want to play from behind. You can see Polt takes the game number 2, 2-0. In very convincing fashion, Polt getting a much-needed win in his division. Now can move up. Before, Polt was, I think, 3-3 and was really struggling for... I mean, people consider him as one of the top favorites in this division. Now suddenly vaulting himself up. Jinro still searching for his first win.
It's unfortunate, but Jinro, I guess Polt got his vengeance from GSL a long time ago. But that being said, we're well, it's pretty obvious. That was pretty straightforward. I don't want to go into the analysis there.
So let's instead thank Azo.
I don't know why my mind's blanking. Excuse
Season
me.
3. They do a lot for us, and thank you for providing all these monitors. So check them out at azo.com. We'll be back with our last series of the day. It will be between Puzzle versus White Raw PvP.
Yeah, baby. So check us out. We'll be back after this break.